Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So, today I'm going to recap the Fox pay-per-view card that was main evented by Pacquiao and Ugas. Just kind of run through it briefly. I'm going to do a full aftermath of my opinion on the Pacquiao-Ugas fight later on in the week, but kind of just give you the basic on the whole card today. So we start with the Carlos Castro, the undercard, which saw Carlos Castro and Oscar Escandon, former world title challenger. This was a fight that Castro needed so he could prove that he's a legitimate contender at 126 pounds. He's 26-0 with 11 knockouts coming in, so not a huge power puncher, but he wanted to prove that he belonged in the discussion, and he did that. He went in there and he just outworked the veteran Escandon, broke him down, and ended up making him retire in the corner in the 10th round. So it was a nice win for Castro, keeps him moving forward. He hasn't quite cracked my top 10 yet, but this was the kind of victory that he needed over a solid veteran in Escandon. So congrats to him. Good performance on a big card so that it gets him noticed, and now he can keep moving forward. Hopefully we'll see him in some kind of a title eliminator at some point. Also on the undercard, you saw Mark Magsayo take on Julio Ceja, the former champ, at 122 pounds. This was a featherweight bout as well at 126, and you saw Magsayo really put everybody on notice, but it wasn't a cakewalk. Julio Ceja was actually winning the fight on all three scorecards, and he was winning considerably. Magsayo scored a knockdown in the first round, but Ceja came back and put Magsayo down in the fifth, and he was winning the fight. Ceja was the former champ, and then Magsayo in the 10th round landed a wicked right hand combination, and then that was started off with a jab type hook punch, and then he threw a right that just totally sent the shockwave through Ceja's body. He was pretty much out on his feet, and he got hit again and
take
laid
exit
out.
436 for Park Avenue toward Capitola.
So big win for Magsayo, a comeback win, behind on the card. So he walks away with the victory. He stays undefeated. I'm not sure how good he's going to be, though. This was, to me, Ceja shouldn't have been such a problem for him if he was, on that legitimate kind of level. But he did prove that he has power and that he can come back and he's got heart. Ceja is a good, solid fighter. Let's not discredit him. He took Brandon Figueroa to a draw a couple years ago, less than 2 years ago. So he's not a bad fighter. So, it was a solid win for Magsayo. He's been at the top of the WBC rankings for a while. Hopefully it leads to a title shot. We don't know what's going to happen with Gary Russell if he's giving up his belt anytime soon. But if he does, Magsayo should be fighting for that vacant title. So we'll see what happens. In the co-feature, you saw former champions at welterweight Robert Guerrero take on Victor Ortiz. Robert Guerrero walked away with a close decision victory. I'm not surprised and I'm not impressed, really. To me, this fight was meaningless. It was just two former champs that you knew, two guys that have shared the ring with Mayweather, and that they're solid. They were solid fighters in their day, but they haven't been significant or relevant in quite a few years. So for me, this was just kind of two older guys fighting each other. Whatever. Guerrero walked away with a victory, so not too much to say about that. But in the main event, you saw Yordenis Ugas score a major upset in his career victory over Manny the Pac-Man Pacquiao, as Ugas retained the WBA welterweight championship of the world with that win. This is the biggest win. It's going to go down for Ugas. He's made a name for himself and a career for himself now for as long as he wants. He's going to be known. He's going to be sought after. People are going to want to fight him now. And,
Quarter mile, take exit 436 for Park Avenue toward Capitola.
And, this for him is his swan song, but it's, you know, it's really his defining victory and moment of his career. He becomes one of only, in my opinion, three
Exit
fighters
436, then turn right onto Park Avenue.
since Manny Pacquiao became the Pac-Man, the big name in boxing. You know, he becomes only the third man to convincingly beat him. Eric Morales
Right
beat
onto
him,
Park Avenue.
but it was close when Eric Morales beat him in their first fight. It was a close fight. Decisive victories, there's only been three. You know, Tim Bradley and Jeff Horn got gift decisions against Pacquiao. Neither one of them deserved those wins. They were terrible decisions. But, you know, this is probably the third most decisive victory over the Pac-Man by Ugas. It was impressive, you know. It was he got a clean decision win in a fight that, you know, a lot of people thought that Pacquiao was either going to win or dominate, or even if
Mile,
Ugas,
turn left onto Soquel Drive.
even if Ugas could pull off the win, he wasn't going to get a win. So it was interesting. But a big win right here for Ugas. You know, the only other more decisive victories over the Pac-Man were by Floyd Mayweather back in 15, and then Juan Manuel Marquez when he laid him out in 2012. So this was impressive. It was a monster win for Ugas. His career has been defined with it.
Left onto Soquel Drive.
You know, you got to tip your hat to him. This might be Manny's last fight. We'll get more into that when I do the aftermath on it on Thursday. But an impressive performance. Ugas used his jab to, you know, to perfection. That was what I said he needed to do, was jab and land those counter punches and not let Manny own him on the inside, and he didn't. So it was a huge win. Congratulations to Yordenis Ugas, the now legitimate WBA welterweight champion of the world. And that's it, guys. That's the recap from the Fox
Half a mile, turn right.
pay-per-view card that was headlined by Pacquiao and Ugas from Saturday, August 21st. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. True Boxing, you've been hit with the truth.